Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Naresh Mago and with me is Anita Anand with the evening news. The headlines. India and Japan today signed 6 agreements in areas including cyber security, wastewater management and clean energy after 14th India-Japan Annual Summit in New Delhi today. Union Home Minister Amit Shah reviews security situation in Jammu, emphasizes on proactive operations against terrorists and denying them safe haven or financial support. Punjab Cabinet decides to fill 25,000 vacancies in different departments in its first meeting. More than 181 crore 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Border Roads Organization sets all-time record of opening Zojila Pass. Russian military says it has fired latest hypersonic missile Kinzhal during its military operation in Ukraine. And in All England Badminton Championships, the match between India's Lakshya Sen and Malaysia's Lee Zijia in men's singles semi-finals underway in Birmingham. As we start the bulletin, we appeal to our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. India and Japan today signed 6 agreements in areas including cyber security, wastewater management and clean energy after the 14th India-Japan Annual Summit in New Delhi today. The Prime Minister's office said Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida held productive talks and discussed ways to boost economic and cultural linkages between the 2 countries. Mr. Modi and Mr. Kishida also held delegation-level talks at the summit. They also exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual interest so as to advance the partnership for peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond. India and Japan have multifaceted cooperation within the ambit of their special strategic and global partnership. Several agreements are scheduled to be signed today. Addressing the media after signing of the agreements, the Prime Minister said it is very crucial to strengthen India-Japan partnership when the world is struggling with the after effects of COVID-19 and is still facing hurdles in world economic recovery.
विश्व अभी भी कोविड-19 और उसके दुष्प्रभावों से जूझ रहा है। वैश्विक इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी की प्रक्रिया में अभी भी अड़चनें आ रही हैं। जियोपॉलिटिकल घटनाएं भी नई चुनौतियां प्रस्तुत कर रही हैं। इस संदर्भ में भारत जापान पार्टनरशिप को और गहन करना सिर्फ दोनों देशों के लिए ही महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है। इससे इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र और पूरे विश्व के स्तर पर भी पीस, प्रॉस्पेरिटी और स्टेबिलिटी को प्रोत्साहन मिलेगा। हमारा आपसी विश्वास, हमारे सिविलाइजेशनल टाइज, डेमोक्रेसी, फ्रीडम और रूल ऑफ लॉ जैसे हमारे साझा मूल्य हमारे संबंधों के मूल में है, उन्हें शक्ति प्रदान करते हैं।
Mr. Modi said India is grateful to Japan for its cooperation in the flagship projects like the dedicated freight corridor and Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail flagship projects.
मुंबई अहमदाबाद हाई स्पीड रेल प्रोजेक्ट में अच्छी प्रगति हो रही है। दोनों देश इस पर वन टीम वन प्रोजेक्ट की अप्रोच के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। यह प्रोजेक्ट भारत जापान पार्टनरशिप का एक बेहतरीन उदाहरण है। मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि हमने 2014 में निर्धारित 3.5 ट्रिलियन जापानीज येन का इन्वेस्टमेंट टारगेट पार कर लिया। अब और आने वाले 5 वर्षों में 5 ट्रिलियन येन, 5 ट्रिलियन येन मतलब करीब 3,20,000 करोड़ रुपए का नया टारगेट तय किया है।
Talking about the clean energy agreement, the Prime Minister said it is important in achieving the target of sustainable economic growth.
भारत और जापान दोनों ही सिक्योर, ट्रस्टेड, प्रिडिक्टेबल और स्टेबल एनर्जी सप्लाई के महत्व को समझते हैं। ये सस्टेनेबल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए, उस लक्ष्य को पाने और क्लाइमेट चेंज की समस्या से निपटने के लिए बहुत ही अनिवार्य है। हमारी क्लीन एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप इस दिशा में लिया गया एक निर्णायक कदम साबित होगा। कई अन्य महत्वपूर्ण बिंदुओं पर भी आज हमारे बीच सहमति बनी है, घोषणाएं हुई हैं। प्रधानमंत्री किशिदा की यह यात्रा भारत जापान स्पेशल स्ट्रेटेजिक एंड ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप में नए आयाम जोड़ने में सफल रही है।
During the last summit in October 2018, Mr. Modi had termed the progress in India-Japan relations as limitless. MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said the 14th annual summit is another step toward advancing the India-Japan partnership, a partnership for peace, prosperity and progress. Mr. Modi and Mr. Kishida are currently addressing India-Japan Economic Forum towards realizing the unparalleled potential of the economic partnership. This is Mr. Kishida's first visit to India since he took charge of the office last year. The 14th India-Japan Annual Summit is the first meeting of Mr. Modi and Mr. Kishida. Mr. Kishida arrived in New Delhi this afternoon on a two-day visit. Union Minister for Railways and IT, Ashwini Vaishnav, received the visiting dignitary at the airport. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today reviewed the security situation in Jammu with Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and senior officers of Government of India and the Union Territory Administration. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that the Home Minister appreciated the improvement in the security situation, reduction in terror incidents from 417 in 2018 to 229 in 2021, and decrease in number of security forces personnel martyred from 91 in 2018 to 42 in 2021. Mr. Shah emphasized on proactive operations against terrorists and denying them safe haven of financial support. He directed the security forces and police to ensure real-time coordination for effective counter-terrorism operations and monitoring activities of terrorists from jails. The Home Minister ordered further strengthening of Narcotics Control Bureau NCB in J&K to choke narco-terrorism. The Home Minister said the security grid should be further strengthened to ensure zero cross-border infiltration and to eliminate terrorism completely in order to achieve the Prime Minister's vision of a peaceful and prosperous Jammu and Kashmir.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah said the centre is committed to take CRPF to new heights and modernize the force with the latest gadgets and technology. Addressing the 83rd Raising Day function of the CRPF in Jammu, Mr. Shah said decisive control over terrorism for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370 has been the biggest achievement of the central government.
धारा 370 हटाने के कारण दलितों, पिछड़े वर्ग, महिलाओं और पहाड़ी लोगों एक प्रकार से जो विकास की प्रक्रिया से कहीं न कहीं कटे हुए थे, नए कानूनों के तहत इन सबको समाहित करते हुए सर्वस्पर्शीय, सर्वसमावेशक विकास की शुरुआत जम्मू कश्मीर में हुई है। और मैं मानता हूं कि जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर सबसे बड़ा काम हुआ है, जो सशस्त्र बलों की सबसे बड़ी सफलता है कि यहां पर आतंकवाद पर एक निर्णायक कंट्रोल लेने में सशस्त्र बलों को सफलता मिली है।
The Union Home Minister said the J&K government has successfully managed to ensure over 33,000 crore rupees investment as democracy has been taken to the grassroots level in the Union Territory. Mr. Shah further said today democracy is flourishing across J&K as we have a Sarpanch and Panch in every village. Besides, national highways are being upgraded and all modern means are being employed to uplift J&K with record achievements being made in every segment. The Home Minister also said 7 new medical colleges and 2 AIIMS will soon be functional in Jammu and Kashmir as all efforts have been made to provide a corruption-free government to people. While praising the CRPF, the Home Minister said,
जब नक्सलवाद, नॉर्थ ईस्ट थिएटर, कश्मीर में पाक प्रेरित आतंकवाद 90 के दशक में इस सभी जगहों पे हिंसा चरम सीमा पर और देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा का दृश्य देखकर देश के हर नागरिक के मन में चिंता होती थी कि देश का भविष्य क्या होगा, देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा को कैसे संभालेंगे। मगर कुछ ही सालों में 2 दशक के कम समय के अंदर सीआरपीएफ ने चाहे नक्सलवाद का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो, चाहे कश्मीर का थी, सभी जगह पर अपनी दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति का परिचय बताते हुए देश को छीन विशीन करने वाली शक्तियों को समाप्त करने के कगार पर आज सीआरपीएफ पहुंचा है।
India at the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, has advocated the Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention, BTWC, saying India attaches high importance to BTWC as a key global and non-discriminatory disarmament convention prohibiting an entire category of weapons of mass destruction. India's Deputy Permanent Representative R. Ravindra at the UNSC briefing said it is important to ensure full and effective implementation of the BTWC in letter and spirit.
India attaches high importance to the Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention as a key global and non-discriminatory disarmament convention prohibiting an entire category of weapons of mass destruction. It is important to ensure full and effective implementation of the BTWC in letter and spirit. We also believe that any matter relating to obligations under the convention should be addressed as per the provisions of the convention and through consultations and cooperation between the parties concerned.
The Russian military has said that it has used its latest hypersonic missile Kinzhal for the first time in combat during its offensive in Ukraine. Spokesman for the Russian Defense Ministry, Major General Igor Konashenkov, said the hypersonic missiles destroyed an underground warehouse storing missiles and aviation ammunition of Ukrainian troops in the western Ivano-Frankivsk region. Konashenkov also said the Russian forces used the anti-ship missile system Bastion to strike Ukrainian military facilities near the Black Sea port of Odessa. Russia first used the weapon during its military campaign in Syria in 2016. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has thanked the Indian government for evacuating Bangladeshi nationals who were stranded in the Sumy city of Ukraine. In a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Sheikh Hasina expressed her sincere thanks for extending support and assistance in rescuing and evacuating Bangladeshi nationals stranded in Sumy Oblast.
The Indian Embassy in Ukraine has issued an advisory for the Indians in the war-torn country. It said the Embassy of India continues to function and can be contacted through email cons1.kiev@mea.gov.in. The embassy in the advisory said 24/7 helpline numbers are functional on WhatsApp for assistance. The numbers are +38 09 3355 9958 +919205 290802 and +97428022564. The Punjab Cabinet today decided to fill 25,000 vacancies in different departments in its first meeting. The Cabinet meeting was held in Chandigarh under the chairmanship of Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. While addressing media, Mr. Bhagwant Mann said 10,000 posts will be filled in the State Police Department and 15,000 civil posts in various other departments. The Chief Minister said AAP had promised to fill these posts during the election campaign. He said the process of notification and advertisement of posts will be completed within a month. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. India and Japan today signed 6 agreements in areas including cyber security, wastewater management and clean energy after 14th India-Japan Annual Summit in New Delhi today. Union Home Minister Amit Shah reviews security situation in Jammu, emphasizes on proactive operations against terrorists and denying them safe haven or financial support. Punjab Cabinet decides to fill 25,000 vacancies in different departments in its first meeting. More than 181 crore 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Border Roads Organization sets all-time record of opening Zojila Pass. Russian military says it has fired latest hypersonic missile Kinzhal during its military operation in Ukraine. In All England Badminton Championships, the match between India's Lakshya Sen and Malaysia's Lee Jia in men's singles semi-finals underway in Birmingham. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
More than 181 crore 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 5,84,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at 27,802 and it is at 0.06%. The recovery rate is currently at 98.73%. A total of 3,383 people have recovered in the last 24 hours and total recoveries touched over 4 crore 24 lakh 61,000. In our bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. P.K. Jha, Director of Medicine, Medanta Hospital, Gurugram, will be with us today to answer the queries related to coronavirus. Listeners can ask questions to the expert from 9:30 p.m. on telephone number 011-2342-1230 and 011-2342-1764. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.nic.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
The country's largest iron ore producer, National Mineral Development Corporation Limited Company, under the Ministry of Steel, has signed a memorandum of understanding with IIT Kharagpur for drone-based mineral exploration. The corporation has been exploring minerals like copper, rock phosphate, limestone, magnesite, diamond, tungsten, and beach sands for 6 decades. This would be the first central public sector enterprise in the country to conduct drone-based geophysical surveys and hyperspectral studies for mineral exploration, and is expected to open a new chapter and set a benchmark in the field of mineral exploration for the country. In Ladakh, 439-kilometer long strategic Srinagar-Leh National Highway NH1D connecting Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir has been officially opened. The road remained closed for 73 days due to heavy snowfall. The opening ceremony was conducted at 0 Point Zorjila, where the DG BRO, Lieutenant General Rajiv Chaudhary, was the chief guest. Lieutenant General Rajiv Chaudhary, while talking on the occasion, said the Border Roads Organisation BRO has raised its benchmark of excellence yet again by early opening of the formidable Zorjila Pass. The pass normally closes by mid-November every year with the onset of winters, when the temperatures dip to sub-0 degrees, and opens only by the end of April the next year. Located at the height of 1,650 feet, Zorjila is a strategic pass that provides the vital link between Kashmir Valley and Ladakh.
In a major step, the Union Territory of Ladakh has taken significant steps to ban single-use plastic, SUP, from the 1st of July this year. The chairman, UT-level Special Task Force, STF, Umang Narula, convened a meeting to discuss the action plan for the elimination of SUP in Ladakh today. To phase out single-use plastic, identification of major stockists, retailers, sellers of banned SUP is being carried out by both the district magistrates. The Central Pollution Control Board has prepared a comprehensive action plan after a survey in Leh and Kargil to eliminate manufacturing, storage, selling and usage of SUP items. The Bureau of Indian Standards, BIS, will intensify standards promotion activities through engagement of consumer organizations and NGOs. As a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Iconic Week celebrations, Director General BIS Pramod Kumar Tiwari, speaking at a webinar, explained about the genesis of consumer movement in different parts of the world and the important role it played in improving the quality ecosystem. He highlighted the role of consumer organization and NGOs in development of standards and how these organizations act as a bridge between government, regulators and common consumers. Mr. Tiwari threw light on the need for intensifying the standards promotion activities of BIS.
And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
March 1944, Azad Hind Fauj hoisted the national flag on Indian mainland in Manipur. Colonel Shaukat Malik hoisted the tricolour in Moirang with the help of Manipuris, including Mairambam Koirang Singh and others who were members of the INA.
The flag, adopted by Subhash Chandra Bose in 1943, was a variant of the Purna Swaraj flag that included the words Azad on the saffron band on the top, Hind on the bottom green band, and in the centre white band, a springing tiger in lieu of Gandhiji's charkha, symbolizing INA's strength and their indomitable will to fight.
The Indian National Army was originally founded by Captain Mohan Singh in Singapore in September 1942 with Japan's Indian prisoners of war in the Far East with the support of the Indian Independence League, headed by expatriate nationalist leader Rash Bihari Bose. The Liberation Army was revived with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in 1943. In July, at a meeting in Singapore, Rash Bihari Bose handed over the control of the organization to Subhash Chandra Bose.
Bose was able to reorganize the army and gained massive support among the expatriate Indian population in Southeast Asia. They lent support financially as well as by enlisting in the Indian National Army. At its height, INA consisted of about 85,000 troops, including a separate women's unit, the Rani of Jhansi Regiment, headed by Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan. INA fought along with the Imperial Japanese Army against the British and Commonwealth forces in the campaigns in Burma, Imphal and Kohima.
We also remember freedom fighter Narayan Bhaskar Khare, who was born on the 19th of March 1884 in Panvel, Maharashtra.
Khare, a medical doctor by profession, was member of Indian National Congress from 1916 to 1938. He was the president of the Central Provinces Provincial Congress Committee, Harijan Sevak Sangh, Nagpur, and a member of the All India Congress Committee for several years. He was also the founder and editor of nationalist Marathi paper Tarun Bharat. Khare resigned from the Legislative Council in pursuance of the mandate by the Lahore Congress and was imprisoned for participating in the civil disobedience movement. After the 1937 elections, Khare became the first premier of the newly formed Central Provinces and Berar.
During the Quit India movement in 1942, a crowd in Ashti and Chimur killed some policemen, and 30 people were tried and sentenced to hang. Khare formed the Capital Punishment Relief Society to help the people of Ashti and Chimur. Khare was a member of the Viceroy's Executive Council from May 1943 to July 1946, where he was in charge of the Commonwealth Relations Department. Later, Khare also served as a member of the Constituent Assembly. Khare became a member of the Lok Sabha from Gwalior in 1952 and served till 1955. He later settled in Nagpur and died in 1970. We salute the great nationalist.
We also remember martyr Muhammad Khan, a resident of Delhi, who participated in the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. Khan took active part in fighting against the advancing British Army in Delhi and was captured by British troops after reoccupation of Delhi. He was accused of rebellion against British rule and executed by hanging on the 19th of March 1858. We salute the great son of soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास। तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार प्रसारित कर रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार।
Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra today interacted with Abu Dhabi Film Commission ADFC and filmmakers from India and the UAE. He appreciated the proactive measures taken by the UAE government in promoting films and media in the country. Mr. Chandra stated that with strong cultural ties between India and the UAE, there is a lot of scope for mutual cooperation. He invited ADFC to set up office in India and also stated that very shortly India and the UAE will sign a co-production agreement between the two countries to further cement the strong ties. The 35th International Surajkund Crafts Mela was inaugurated by Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya and Chief Minister Manohar Lal and Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha this evening. Mr. Sinha joined the inaugural ceremony online. Haryana's Tourism Minister Kanwar Pal, the partner country Uzbekistan's Ambassador Mr. Dilshad Akhatov, Union Minister of State Krishan Pal Gurjar and Haryana Cabinet Minister Mulchand Sharma also attended the inaugural ceremony. The fair, which is being organized after a gap of 2 years due to COVID-19, will continue till the 4th of April. This time, Jammu and Kashmir is the theme state of the Mela.
The Prime Minister of Norway said 4 U.S. service members have been killed in a plane crash during NATO drills. Jonas Gahr Støre tweeted that the service members were participating in the NATO exercise Cold Response, which is taking place in northern Norway. News just in All England Open Badminton Championship 2022, Lakshya Sen cruised into the finals of the men's singles after a nail-biting semi-final match. First game was won by Lakshya Sen 21-13, while second game was won by Lee Jia 21-12, and the third game was won by 21-19. Meanwhile, India's women's doubles duo of Gayatri Gopichand and Teresa Jolly will be up against Changshu Xian and Cheng Yu in the women's semi-final match today.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is likely to have a clear sky. The temperature will vary between 21 and 37 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature will be 21 degrees while the maximum will be 33. Leh and Gilgit are likely to have a generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Gilgit will have a generally cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will have a partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Visakhapatnam and Hyderabad will have a partly cloudy sky with haze. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India and Japan today signed 6 agreements in areas including cyber security, wastewater management and clean energy after 14th India-Japan Annual Summit in New Delhi. Union Home Minister Amit Shah reviews security situation in Jammu, emphasizes on proactive operations against terrorists and denying them safe haven or financial support. Punjab Cabinet decides to fill 25,000 vacancies in different departments in its first meeting. More than 181 crore 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Border Roads Organization sets all-time record of opening of Zojila Pass. Russian military says it has fired latest hypersonic missile Kinzhal during its military operation in Ukraine. And in All England Open Badminton Championship 2022, Lakshya Sen cruises into the finals of men's singles after a nail-biting semi-final clash. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.